I want to thank you once again to tuning in to the Spirit Center and the American Community Chaplain Corps. In this particular video, I, Dr. K, the founder and world director of the American Community Chaplain Corps, or simply the Corps, will talk about preventive spiritual care and the courses that are part of that particular phase of training. When we use the term preventive spiritual care, we're really talking about care before a critical life event. Again, preventive spiritual care is care before a critical life event. And if you are providing that care to a client, to a member, to a patient, then you are doing all you can in providing this spiritual care that will prepare them and reduce or mitigate the effects of that critical life event. If it is a good event, then this is preparing them to be prepared, fully prepared. The first course in preventive spiritual care is Pneumatology 101. And again, we give you a little bit of the history of chaplaincy, and we know primarily there is military chaplaincy and there's hospital chaplaincy. We know also there's hospice chaplaincy, but really we look at providing spiritual care to anyone regardless of race and class and ethnicity and nationality. That really says that all people are spiritual beings. All people are spiritual beings. And so we can provide care to their spirit. And when I say spiritual health care, I'm talking about helping people find and assign positive meaning to life experiences, helping them make moral decisions and act ethically, and then lastly, to improve their overall morale. So we'll talk about what it means to be spiritual. And the course assignment for Pneumatology 101, which is an introduction to spiritual care, is to write a 3-page reflection paper on preventive spiritual care. It's really just writing the concepts that we have talked about. Again, you can get it from the video, you can read the manual, you can listen to the audio tapes, but this will explain what Pneumatology 101 or Introduction to Spiritual Care is all about. The second course in preventive spiritual care is World Religions and Human Spirituality. World Religions and Human Spirituality. What we do in this particular course is to understand that no matter what a person's religion is, no one follows the tenets of a religion exactly. Okay? You have people who are Christian who do yoga or do meditation. All of these are mixing practices and they're really mixing religions. So in order to really provide care individually to that person, what you need to do is use what we call a BVR method, which is understanding their core beliefs, their core values, and their core relatedness. Again, their core beliefs, their values, and their core relatedness, how they relate to God, to people, to places, and to things. And we also understand that for the individual, but we do study 6 different religions. And those religions include Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. And we use this BVR methodology to really break down and understand what these religions are all about. And in this particular assignment, you will use this BVR method to write a 7-page, this is all single-space, research paper on the 6 major religions. Again, we'll give you all the information you need on the DVDs or the CDs or the video, but you know you can go online and go anywhere, get a book on world religions, and get some information to that. Write the paper, and again, send that in to us, and we will get that. And lastly, the third course is Thanatology, the study of death and dying. Death and dying. And really, you understand all that is involved with death and those who are dying. How do you do that? Well, the assignment for this particular course is for you to write your own funeral program to include your obituary, Again, people think that this particular assignment may sound easy, but once you get into writing who you want to eulogize you, to think about that, many people nowadays don't go to church, mosque, temple, synagogue on a regular basis. So you're really preparing, as a part of preventive spiritual care, preparing oneself to make sure you have your spiritual house in order. Where do you want to be buried? Who do you want to do special things on your funeral program? Do you want to be buried somewhere? Do you want to be cremated? And you express all these wishes in what we call a life legacy book, and you understand how important these things are to helping someone prepare for this critical life event, and in this course, Thanatology, to prepare for death that is really reducing the stress upon the family, because you're doing all the work to help them prepare for that. Again, I said so often that so many people don't go to a church, to a mosque, to temple on a regular basis, and so we're really providing this care. Another idea for how preventive care is given, you may have someone who wants to get married, where we are trained to do marital counseling. The American Community Chaplain Corps on one side is a organization where we train people to become chaplains, but on the other side, we are a 501c3 church, if you will, that will really license and ordain one to be a part of this core movement to provide care to really the majority of people in the world who may not go, as I said, to a church, a mosque, a temple, a synagogue on a regular basis. And part of the process to become ordained is to go through the American Community Chaplain Corps side, and then if you want to, you can do that. Some people are already ordained, and so we're not trying to move you from your particular denomination. The Pneuma Center, the parent organization, if you will, is a Christian trans-denominational organization. But in doing that, we who are community chaplains can come from any religion. And so this work is extensive. I've done research, as I mentioned on another video, for 17 years about courses that are the best courses to have one become not only a good chaplain, but become a great chaplain. So I will talk about those other phases of training. And again, I implore you to go to www.thespiritcenter.org, go to the School of Chaplaincy tab, and register yourself online on that particular note, and then send us your information and ask us any questions that you have, and we will get back with you. I am Dr. Caleb McGee.